I didn't think this guy could humiliate himself any more than he already has, but it just keeps getting worse every day. In my last two videos, I've covered all the drama around this guy, his initial horrible allegation against Wendigoon and all his friends, then his terrible response where he just doubles down on everything while trying to pretend he's apologizing. And as for a recent update, he has now privated his Twitter accounts completely. I requested a follow. Let's see if he accepts. But on top of that, he made an extra post to his Patreon members where he once again doubles down while also making a community post where he complains about the hate he's been receiving for his terrible video where he falsely accuses people of rape and says Wendigoon should be banned from public spaces just for allegedly, according to him, being conservative. Shout out to Chris the Narc for putting all this out there. But let's just start off and jump right into his Patreon post. It's amazing. I loved reading it. So let me read it for you guys. About the video. Hey everyone. Sorry for not saying anything sooner. I wanted to take a few days to clear my head and genuinely listen to the conversation going on around this video before I addressed it. Flat out, I let my emotions get the best of me here. This wasn't my best work, and this wasn't my best self. This was made out of anger, and I should never lower myself to do that. And before I say anything, I should say sorry for you for engaging myself this way. I will not be taking on another project like this again. You know me as being a media analysis channel, and that is what I should be. I should promote love and horror through providing a positive example. Now, so far it might seem like he's trying to be genuine, but the more you watch and read, you'll quickly realize he's not, especially when we show his leaked messages later. He continues saying, I thought that I was doing good here. And I think to an extent I did do some good, but I could have gone about it differently. This was not perfect and needed more time in the oven, pure and simple, and that was totally on me. What part of his video is good? Can someone explain to me what criticism he gave to Wendigoon that was good? I genuinely have watched that 30-minute section a few times now after researching all this. I'm trying even not to be biased. None of it was good. It was all just reaching, making vast assumptions, saying shit about Wendigoon's race, doubting his heritage, saying he should be banned from public spaces. It was ridiculous. There was no good at all in that video. The past few years have been a dark time for me. The slow, gradual decline in the channel algorithmically following The Hills Have Eyes had built a genuine sadness that has followed me a lot. The realities of the situation meant that I had to make a new video every month or so, and under those circumstances, there would be times where I would not be satisfied with my work, but still had to publish a video because I'd be broke if I didn't. And after my confrontation with Wendigoon fans late last year calling me a F-slur so many times, I built up such an anger at how I had been treated that I decided I wanted to do a video about my personal situation mixed with the deep growing conservative nature with certain sections of horror. So his motivations are exactly as his video came across. Bro got mad about random one-follower Twitter accounts calling him the F-slur, so bad that instead of deciding to, I don't know, reach out to Wendigoon himself or just ignore it because it's randoms on Twitter, he thought it'd be a good idea to instead slander Wendigoon and all of his friends, painting them all out as Nazis and alleged rapists. That was obviously the correct solution here. Great idea. I thought this was a good idea. I'm stunned. I'm speechless. Again, I don't know what made him think this is a good idea, but here he explains to us, I thought it would promote a conversation that needed to be had. I thought and do still think that his level of social power is dangerous. Is this asshole forgetting that literally just a day prior, Wendigoon multiple times said no one harass or comment rude things on my behalf? I don't agree or condone the meanness in any way. And even again at the end of his reply said if you're here to leave a mean comment, don't. I mean, does In Praise of Shadows expect Wendigoon to reply to every hater and just be like, stop, this isn't you, man. You're better than this. What the fuck is he talking about? Like, I genuinely don't understand what he expects Wendigoon to do. But my video should have probably just focused on the sections related to The Hills Have Eyes, and I do see that now. No, probably shouldn't have. I said this in my last video on you. The fact you've been having a meltdown about The Hills Have Eyes for the last 2 years is exactly why you're falling off. Once again, I'll repeat myself. YouTubers get in controversies all the time. Yeah, you had a shitty video on The Hills Have Eyes, but it's not like you touched a kid or did something insane. Just keep making content and don't do this deranged shit that you just tried to pull on Wendigoon and all of his friends. I don't think this guy is capable of that though, given how he's handled this whole situation. On the sections related to Wendigoon's cultural appropriation, I think in particular I could have done better. I know that it is a very tricky thing to talk about the topics of gender, women, race, and the history of these concepts as a white dude on the internet. What? And I always try to do my best there in my work of life. I dropped the ball here in some of my language and logic and criticism, and that's fair. Did this guy really just blame the fact he got backlash and that he's a white dude? Is that what he thinks, like, was the reason he fucked this up is because he's a white man talking about gender and race? Not that he doubted Wendigoon's Native American heritage and said he shouldn't be welcome in public spaces, while also accusing him of culturally appropriating his own heritage. It's because you're white? I'm shocked. I'm totally shocked and appalled. Yeah, just a quick news flash for you, IPOS. It's not because you're white that you got backlash. I'm sorry, man. That's not the reason that you fucked this up. I really hope that you can see that I thought this was important to talk about and that I thought I was doing good, which is always my goal. I don't see that. I don't see that. I'm sorry. You're lost. You're a lost man. I'm sorry to you again that I did not represent myself with the professionalism and standards that I normally hold myself to as a person and that you deserve as my audience. I will be around for you to ask me any questions or to give me any feedback that you would like to provide. Thank you for understanding. There genuinely is not anything that I could say that could actually represent my real feelings of gratitude towards you all. Just really, thank you for everything. Zane. So already that's just a terrible statement once again. Continuing to act as if Wendigoon has some sort of horribly powerful social status that he was using to weaponize against you, and it's really dangerous, on top of blaming the fact that you're white as to why your video failed. But it gets worse because he continues posting on his community tab on YouTube, where he writes, "One last quick note. Hey everyone, I have already publicly addressed this on Twitter and Patreon, but I thought I would do one community note before I left. I have decided it is best at the moment to take down the entire Bad Conservative Horror video. It does not represent me and who I wish to be as a person or a creator." So if you weren't here before, he took down just the Wendigoon section, but now he's just deleted the entire video. And I just opened his YouTube to verify. You can see, yeah, it's gone. It's not even his most recent upload. He continues saying, "I admit that I messed up pretty badly in my delivery and made a lot of mistakes, and I really am sorry for that. If I could do it again, I obviously would have done everything differently. This kind of content is not my forte, and I have avoided it in the past because of that. After being harassed in December by Wendigoon fans and called slurs dozens of times, I was deeply upset over how I had been treated and my perception of him not calling off the attack." Wait, so he literally does want Wendigoon to like hold the people on Twitter calling him the F slur and tell them it's not you. Like, that's actually unironically what he wants him to do. Not calling off the attack. What are you talking about? Block the one follower accounts telling you that you're an F slur. Like, it's not that deep. What is Wendigoon supposed to actually do? And again, he's obsessed with this whole thing that happened back in December. That's like 6 months ago now, little bro. Are we going to move on from this, or are we just going to sit here and obsess over the fact that you got bullied online? I'm so shocked. I acted out of hurt and acted in a way uncharacteristic of myself. Some people have described the video as being very raw, but with that comes an element of being underbaked. No, it wasn't underbaked. It was just completely full of lies and total bullshit. I wouldn't consider it underbaked. I didn't do the level of research I should and normally would have done. I messed up there and fully acknowledge that in every way. So I am taking it down. At the same time, I do not believe the harassment I have received these past few days has been called for based on what I have done. Any criticism of my work is fair and I accept, welcome, and own that. We are all measured by our words and our actions, but I do think it is dangerous that these creators do not tweet about or acknowledge the obvious situation at play. Okay, I know I'm running this joke dry, but like genuinely, this guy has said this like 3 separate times now, so I'm just making a fucking tweet about it. This will go up when my video's up, so go follow my Twitter at RealX8, give it a like. How In Praise of Shadows expects YouTubers to react to random one-follower Twitter accounts calling him the F-slur. Stop, this isn't you. I will be fine. This is the last thing I'll say before I log off for a while. I want to reevaluate what I want my work to be, how I want to stand as a positive force within horror, and how to be my best self. I hope you will believe in me and my work again when I return. Again, for my mistakes in this video, I am sorry. I'll be back again a stronger and better self, both for me and for you. But he deleted that post pretty quickly after, so I can even check on his YouTube channel here. Yeah, his last post was 5 months ago. So he posted this and then wiped it pretty quickly. But it gets even worse because we got some leaks from his Discord where he's asking and begging if he can come back from a fuck up this big. Here he says, "Real talk, do y'all think I can come back from this? Pretty sad tonight, to be fully honest. If I just start back with my normal kind of work, do you all think things will be fine in the long run?" 2 hug emojis, reactions. Yeah, I knew this was going to get rough, but it's harder than I anticipated. The rest of the year is supposed to be a lot of fun. I've even canceled 2 videos in the schedule to replace them with more on-brand ideas. I just couldn't live with myself if I prevented my partner from having a good life because of my decisions. That's what has been on my mind the most here. I just hope that when I come back, things will be well received. I've decided to leave Twitter completely. A lot of YouTubers have, and I made the mistake of staying there when they took their exit. Now again, keep in mind, this guy didn't just make some slightly controversial thing where he just like gave basic criticism to Winnegoon. He made all sorts of terrible, just disgusting and borderline slanderous allegations where he accused Mudahar of all sorts of different things like transphobia, being an Andrew Tate fan, which isn't true. He's criticized him tons. Probably more than most YouTubers. Accused Brandon Buckingham of rape and being a gun YouTuber when that's not even true. Like, this guy is not just an innocent little good boy who's getting shit on because he slightly criticized the big bad Winnegoon. No, this guy had a horrible, shitty video and he should be ashamed of it. Now, I'm not calling for his harassment, of course not. But regardless, him talking about, I feel sad today. It's like, well, yeah, you probably should. Your video is horrible. You should probably think about that before you make a slanderous video on creators with no substance. Oh, yeah. Nobody in the video has actually refuted any of what I said, lol. They only point out small individual things that are wrong, but don't actually go as far to say that what I said wasn't right. Yeah, exactly. My point proven in the next TM instantly. He still believes his video was good. His sad boy act is just bullshit. Don't fall for the fucking sympathy baiting. Unrelated to this, but I have wanted to say that despite everything that has been going on, being brutal on Twitter, and even though it was supposed to be very mean and hurt my feelings, I do actually kind of love this drawing of me that's been going around. I think it's pretty funny, showing some art that someone made to mock him for calling everyone a bad person. Actually, IPOS, are you sure this art isn't homophobic and transphobic? Because you're gay, right? And they drew you ugly, so it's probably homophobic. That's the takeaway that we get here. He continues, I hope so. I always knew I would be hated by some, but I really didn't think this could be a career-ending move. Yeah, once again, he's just obsessing over his public image. This is going to be something he thinks about for the next 2 years. And you know what? At this point, it's deserved, I guess. I don't even know. So yeah, that's all the new updates on this guy. He seems to be off of Twitter for now. He'll probably continue melting down in some way or another. But that's all the information I have for you guys. Appreciate all the support on the daily videos. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.